Next up, at UFC Vegas 85, we have the main card opener. We have Gilbert Urbina taking on Charles Radtke. This is another fight where people seem pretty split on the outcome. We got Gilbert Urbina, 7-2 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He is alternating wins and losses. Taking on Charlie Radtke, 8-3 overall, 5-0 in his last 5. He's coming off his first UFC win. This is an interesting fight because Gilbert Urbina is a pretty good grappler. He's competent on his feet as well. Really high volume output kind of guy. He's going to push forward, set a pace. He lands 6 significant strikes per minute. But if you watch his fights, it's clear he doesn't really have the striking defense. He loves moving forward, but he's going to get hit in the face. He's got a great pace, plenty of cardio. He can run for 15 full minutes. He's coming off that knockout win over Ryan Kosei where his striking was on point and he was able to get 2 takedowns. Taking on Charlie Radtke. This guy is also a grappler. He lowers his level. He will shoot proper shots. And then immediately works for positions. He's very controlled on the ground. He's very dangerous on the ground. He will hunt for submissions. He will wait for transitions in between. And he will occasionally make a dumbass mistake like pull guillotines and chase other submissions to get out of position. He tends to slow down as the fight goes on, and he is very hittable, but he throws with power. He is very tough. He's coming off that win over Mike Mathetha, where he shocked the world on the microphone. Should be a close fight. I understand people picking Charlie Radtke. I'm going Gilbert Urbina. I think the pace is going to be the difference. I think Charlie's going to slow down. Gilbert's going to speed up, and Gilbert's going to win this fight. Gilbert is the pick, but Gilbert has some pretty trash takedown defense, and if Charlie shoots first, he can squeeze out this underdog win. I totally get why people are super high on Charlie this week. I just don't think it's going to matter. I think Gilbert's pace is going to be far too much. Yes, Jacob.
Blood, brother, Brad.
That's what you wanted to do? Oh, that's a tattoo?
What a tattoo, huh? Blood, brother, fucking.
I thought you looked up Phyllis's.
Brad.
I thought you looked up Phyllis's real name and realized I just made that shit up. But go ahead. Who do you think's winning this fight?
The Office.
Yeah, I just made it up.
Well, there you go. So never won an argument. So there you go.
What is her name? What is her real name?
I gotta scroll in. Fucking.
It's a lot of fucking scrolling for.
I know they did it. It was like a list, but she wasn't on the fucking list. So now I gotta go through this. She's not on any of the. Oh
it's Phyllis Smith. Oh, so I was close. I said Blanchfield.
You're
I knew Phyllis was her first name.
You wouldn't get credit for.
Go ahead.
In the SAT. Did I not break this down already?
No, you didn't.
Oh. Here's the deal. This is another one of those fights where, so I think I mentioned the Markel fight. When I broke down the Markel fight, I thought that Markel honestly was going to be the underdog. Just kind of the way, the styles of fights and the way that these guys were coming into fights. When I broke down this one, I honestly thought that Urbina might be the underdog. I thought he was going to be the underdog in this matchup. And that's just because I don't love his striking too much. I think he's a little bit too hands low, especially for a guy like Charles Radtke. Now, Charles Radtke is a well-rounded guy. Not a master of anything. He's pretty well-rounded, but he can also lose anywhere as well. I think on the feet, although I just said that Urbina, I don't like his defensive striking. His offensive striking, I think, could be good enough to chin a guy like Charles. We've seen Charles getting dropped. We've seen him in wrestling lose scrambles and lose those type of positions. And if this fight goes to the ground, I think Urbina does have definitely the highest advantage there in my mind if he can get top position. And even if he gets taken down on his back, I think he can sweep a guy like Charles. I think he's good enough in those positions. But Urbina, to me, is the better overall fighter. But for some reason, I worry about him in this fight. With the way that he kind of backs up against the fence, Charles is a guy that will kind of get a little bit wild sometimes. He does have power. If there's nothing else that Charles has or that he's good at, he definitely does have power. And the way that Urbina kind of acts sometimes against the fence with his hands low, it worries me a little bit. Urbina's going to be my pick. But I thought he was going to be a dog in this, so I'm definitely not paying, minus 200 for something like that. Charles is definitely going to be live in this fight. Chuck Buffalo? Chuck Buffalo, his nickname. Blood, brother, pride.
That does sound like he wears a sheet with a couple holes.
That's especially with, I don't know if you remember his post-fight.
I do remember, and I said that in my breakdown. Yeah, that now checks out.
Yeah, 1 + 1 sometimes with those baby, with those baby blue eyes comes. Sometimes that equals 2.
What color are your eyes?
I'm going
also
Urbina.
Pale Midwest boy, what color are your eyes?
They're blue. That's why I don't have red
just
hair.
a little
You
peek
can't
behind
have
the
red
curtain.
hair. Yeah, you can't have red hair with blue eyes. Look it up.
Okay.
So thank you. You're right. I do have blue eyes. So you just ruined your whole ginger thing. The whole ginger thing is literally completely destroyed now.
I didn't call you a ginger.
Because
somebody's
you tried.
a little self-conscious
Oh,
about
Big
it.
Red. Hey, well, Big Red's got a good question. You always call me Red. So now it's completely
Is your beard
gone.
not red? Are you not loaded with freckles?
You sacrificed the entire ginger storyline to call me a racist.
Not to call you. I just asked you what color your eyes were.
Well, you try to make a 1 + 1 + 1 = 3, and now everything's out the window. I hope you were happy. I'm picking Urbina here. I think he's the better overall fighter, but I do worry a little bit.
I also pick Urbina. I think he's good to go. I preferred -155 over -200. I just think the straight-up output from him is going to be the difference. I think he's just forward pressure, nonstop movement. Charlie Radtke had a very different fight in Mike Mathetha. It was a very... Mike is good at one single thing, and Charlie just had to duck that big punch.
Him Blood Diamond.
I don't know. I think I just like the fake.
He literally is listed everywhere as a Blood Diamond. Even if you look up Mike Mathetha,
no, I know.
Like the fight, you have to look up Blood Diamond.
I think the UFC put his name as Mike Mathetha, though.
No, he's Blood Diamond in the fight.
Oh, they put in there too?
Yeah, it's all Blood Diamond. Yeah, just Blood Diamond.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so even in that Blood Diamond fight, Charlie just had to worry about one thing, which is getting knocked out, and he would just dive, hang on to the legs.
He almost knocked out Blood Diamond.
Yeah, he did. He did land well on short notice, no less. So, either way, this should be a really good fight, potentially fight of the night. Great main card opener. $9,000 in DraftKings. Gilbert's only worth that if you think he just gets that wrestling going. I think this fight goes the distance. I know others disagree. We do have a bet on premium to talk about that. And if you want to unlock that bet on premium, WeWantPicks.com, click become a member. It is only $10 a month. And you're going to get 4 events worth of picks, insight, information, tools, and more for that $10. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.